Hello everyone, welcome to the Bike Talks. Today I am with Bojan from Fit Fast Training Dubai. He's a ex-professional mountain biker and now he's doing cycling coaching in Dubai as well with cyclists. We will be talking about importance of strength and mobility training for cyclists and people who like to do cycling, right?
Yeah, right.
So let's get started with knowing you, who you are and what you do. What is your background? And we can jump into our main topic.
First, thank you for having me here. Yes, I was ex-professional mountain biker and I was doing also cyclocross and road racing. And just short story about me, I have now 20 plus years of experience in competitive and coaching cycling. I was 12 times national champion in mountain bike. I was 7 times national champion in cyclocross. And I have 2 medals from road cycling national championships. I was third on the road race and once I was second at the criterium. Overall, I was doing almost every discipline very well. I was in the top 100 best mountain bikers in the world. My best position one year was, I think, 67, if I remember good.
So it's a very bright and very blinky background you are coming in, very experienced, high knowledge.
Yeah. Since my early career, I was very interested into the training. I started like early 2000 and we didn't have any real cycling coaches back home. I'm coming from Serbia. I was just getting experience, for the training from the older cyclists around me, and I wanted to be a champion. I said to myself one day, I want to be a champion and I need to know more about training and how to train myself. And this is when I started reading the book Mountain Bike Bible from Joy Friel. Joy Friel, who doesn't know, it's a well-known coach for a cycling.
He's the author of couple of Bibles for who wants to train
Triathlon, road cycling, mountain bike, yeah. And I need to say that in that age, I knew only a few words of English. And that book was in English. I had a dictionary on one side of the table and then that book. And I was, learning at the same time English and learning from that book. And already next year, I won national championship in the mountain bike as under 23 category. And before that, everybody joked with me about reading this book, and they already gave me a nickname, Bojan the Bible. And but when I started beating them, all of them, they came to me for help. And already then I started, helping my teammates become better cyclists. And I said to myself, okay, I really have this passion for the coaching, and I want to be one day as best coach as I can. Then later on, I finished the university for sports and so many different certifications. And my passion is really to help people become better. And right now, my specialization is cycling training. And also I'm working with beginner triathletes. And the second thing is what we will talk about today and what I'm doing for 20 years now. It's a strength training for endurance athletes, cyclists, triathletes, and runners.
Okay, because the strength and mobility training is very important because many people thinks that I'm doing bike fits and I have many clients that just ride bicycles. And when I talk them about like mobility and the strength training, they said, like, oh, why? I'm just riding. But many people doesn't know the importance of full body training. The bicycle is not a thing that you just move with our legs. You need mobility, you need core strength, you need upper body strength, you need many things to ride a bicycle in terms of performance, like if you expect it. So we will be talking about this, what is the importance of strength training, what we do, how we can plan, because just only going to gym is not enough to say it's for cycling. So there are some subtitles, let's say. If you like, let's get started. I have some questions with me so we can talk about them. So why strength training and mobility are essential for cyclists? Let's start from the scratch.
I will say mobility as a part of the strength training is important for every person now these days. We live in this era where we sit, we don't need to move, and everything is on touch of our finger. We order food, we order this, we order that. We work from home.
Especially in Dubai, you don't need to go anywhere.
And our body actually the humans are built or made to move. Now in these days we forgot about that, and we need to move. And when we don't move, our performance and our health very low and very bad, which is not good. And then mobility will help everyone these days, because when you're sitting, you're getting too tight, your joints getting locked, and then when you start moving, you are full of pain everywhere. And then mobility will be important for everyone. For a cyclist, will be important because we sit in that position for several hours. We need to open some of the joints after the cycling or even before the session to prepare our body to start the training. There are different parts in the body that we need to mobilize, especially the thoracic spine, the mid back. This is very sensitive area for the cyclist because we, like I said, we sit in that position for several hours. That area of the body needs to be more mobile.
Get it? If you don't move it, it's like it's stuck and it's strained.
You
like,
can see a lot of professional cyclists when you watch Tour de France or these days there are a lot of one-day classic races in the Europe. And when they finish the race, when they're giving interviews or something like that, you can see their posture.
yeah, it's like
It's very bad.
cramped.
You have rounded shoulders forward. That mid back is with big curve. This is called kyphosis. And with the mobility exercises, we can improve that posture. And it's not only about the mid back. We need to mobilize more our hips, which is important for the cycling and for the efficient cycling.
Actually, when I talk with my clients, I always say that like cycling is a kind of long-term prank. The prank position. Most people can stay like it. Let's say mid fitness level guys can stay 1 minute, 2 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. Like on the bike, it's basically you hold your handlebar, stay like this for several hours. It's like pranking like several hours. So your body get cramped and stuck. You need to open it or you need to be prepared for that position to ride that much.
Well, like I said, it's super important, and it doesn't take too much time. Mobility, you can use few exercises every day before your ride or even when you wake up, because sometimes we wake up, we get up of the bed and we are really stiff, like you feel you cannot move, you feel lower back pain, you feel maybe shoulder pain. And then with a few drills of mobility, it's taking only 10 minutes, you can feel much better. In the morning, or if you don't do in the morning, then before workout, after the workout, and you feel much better.
That's one part, but there is a couple of more important aspects. Like, okay, we need to do strength training and mobility training to make our body moves much easier and much longer period of time. Also, without preventing injuries, we will come back to that injury preventing point. But like there are many things. If you are not ready to move, if you are stuck, you cannot. Even if you are strong, you cannot use that much power because your body is not flexible enough, because muscles are working as like get extend and shortened. So if your muscles are not flexible enough, your joints are not free to work, you cannot move. But I'm coming this point. Yes, we need to do strength training, but how we need to do, like doing 3, 4, 5 times in a week, cycling, most of the time, cycling training. How should we mix and match? Should we do every day? Should we do like one day specifically for mobility or strength? Like how we should mix our cycling and strength mobility training?
Yeah, let's go back a little bit to what you said, why we need to do this mobility and strength. And I will say and then I will say how many times per week, just the benefits of strength training and mobility as well. And mobility can be part of the strength training, just 10 minutes to warm up, to improve circulation in the body, to open up some joints that are stuck and tight. Before, years back, everybody in endurance sports and cycling as well believed that strength training will make them actually slower, not faster. And they will gain weight, and that extra weight in the cycling, it's not a good thing. But with proper training, you will not gain weight. You will become much efficient cyclist. This is the key thing, efficiency. Because before the people didn't put the training right, it was more like a bodybuilding training, like 10 exercises for the legs, every training session, and then you're getting so tired.
There were no specialized training ways for cycling.
It was not specialized, and then the hypertrophy will happen of the muscles. You will gain extra muscle mass, and then you will be slower. But with the right periodization and proper specialization of the training, you can have a lot of benefits. And the benefits are you will improve your power at a threshold, or FTP, how people likes to call it today, functional threshold power. You will improve your maximal power. This is the short maximal power for your sprint. Okay. You will improve your overall strength of the body, and on that way you will become more efficient. And well, like you said, with mobility and stretching training, you're also becoming more efficient. And if you're becoming more efficient, you can ride longer, much easier. You can ride longer, and you will produce more power, which is you will go faster. Okay, these are all the benefits. And for the cyclist, because we ride so many days during the week, depends of your level and how much time you have, it will be enough to do proper strength training for a cyclist 1 to 2 times per week. One, it's some minimum. You can, just a little bit, touch on that area, like strength training.
One day is like for, yes, I am doing strength training.
Yeah, but 2 days will be enough. When I was professional cyclist, I was doing 2 times, okay? And all my athletes now these days that I'm training, they're doing 2 times per week. And what the people did mistake before, when they're coming to the peak of the season, when they have races, like important races, they stop strength training. But now we have good protocol, specialized for the cyclists, that you can do even before your most important races.
I have one question about this one. Like you said, 2 days. Recently, I had a talk with one of my good friends, and he's a coach, and he's the author of some books and everything from Turkey. So we talked about off season, and we talked about getting ready to race. And he said that you need to do strength training all the time, no matter when you are in your training plan, close to the race or further away from the race. But you need to change the weight intensity of the strength training, depends on where are you in your plan. Like if you are getting closer to your races or races, important races, maybe you can reduce the intensity, but you should keep going.
The right word is volume.
Volume, yeah. Okay.
Because we have intensity of the training and we have volume. How hard is the training, and volume is amount of the training, yes. And at the beginning of preparation for the next season, the volume is bigger.
So maybe
like you're riding also, you ride a lot, building that base miles, building your endurance, and also the strength training will be several sets, okay? But when you're coming closer to your races, then you're reducing the volume, you're keeping intensity high, like heavy weights, but just a few reps. Just to little bit, touch that neuromuscular system, but you reduce volume. You don't do too much, because you will get too tired, and then you will not do your cycling workout as best as possible.
So we need to change the volume, and should we touch the intensity as well?
Intensity is, let's say, staying the almost the same, like in the phase before, which was like before the races. You can also reduce a little bit. With some athletes who are not that advanced, I also reduce the weight. This is the intensity, a number of the reps, and sets is volume. I reduce a little bit the weight, and they just example, if you can do your maximum is, let's say, with some weight, 100 kilograms on the squat, you can do 8 reps on 100 kilograms. In this before your important race, we will do 80 kilograms, but for 5 reps. We don't want to go really to that maximum. We just want to touch it, maintain what we built so far, but to touch a little bit that maximal strength and neuromuscular system, of your body and the muscle.
So we can say if we are in the beginning of the training plan or beginning of the build-up time, we should build something. We should put our strength training to build up something, build up more muscles, more strength, more mobility, more endurance, or more efficiency. And when we get closer to our target races or the season, we should turn into a kind of training that we should maintain, not for the build-up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because if we stop for several weeks before the race, we lose everything that we build up. We don't want that. We want to be as best as possible on the most important race of the season. And but if you want to go to periodization, let's say a little bit with the beginners, how I like to start, it's preparation of the season. We are talking about preparation of the season. I like to start with the beginners after 2-3 weeks of adaptation, when we are just going into the strength training, little bit building up. After that, I would work with them on lower weights but more reps, because beginners, they don't have build up that endurance, muscle endurance yet. And we can do that also with the strength training, but lighter weights, 20 to 30 reps each set.
Like making a zone 2 rides.
Yeah.
Same idea for strength training.
Really low rest between the sets, like maximum 1 minute, and you go again. And really to feel that muscles are burning. You also build up that muscle endurance, which is one of the most important things for the cyclists. To more advanced athletes, I'm not touching that muscle endurance.
Because they already have the base.
Yeah, they have it. And when we are starting the strength training in the preparation of the season, this is only 10 to 12 reps. And then after a few weeks, we are doing strength phase, where they will do around 5 to 6 reps, okay, on the most important exercises, not every exercise. And then more we're coming closer to, we combine some maximal strength with the power, or explosive power, actually, some jumps on the box or continuous jumps over the hurdles or something like that, to work more similar, to the movements that you will have on the race. You need to be more athletic. Okay, like in the real sports.
I have one question about when you say that some different types of exercises. How you decide which athlete should do which exercises to be correct? Because I'm not a sprinter. I never had that explosive power, but I like to ride in a steady pace, whatever it is, depends on my type. Or some guys just not strong, so they like to hide at the back and they want to use the explosive powers on the end or on the climbs or whenever it needs, or sometimes breakaway. These two types of rider needs different types of strength trainings, or they should do the same, just the reps or weights are different. How you differentiate these two types of athletes?
Starting from the beginning, every athlete should do assessment before they start the strength training. Right now I'm doing in-person strength training, one-on-one sessions, and also small group PT sessions. And then every athlete that's coming to me, they perform, on the first session we perform assessment. The assessment is some mobility exercises to see your mobility, to see your flexibility, to see how you are doing most important movements, which is squats, deadlift, or hip hinge movement, some overhead press to see your mobility of the shoulder, and those kind of things. And then also we assess your strength.
Okay.
And then when I have a full picture of athlete, of the person that's coming for the training, then I can design the proper workout. Okay.
So you check who is it?
Yeah.
And then
always. Yeah. Okay. We need to do that always. And this is what the people forget about. It's easiest now these days. There is so many gyms, especially here in Dubai. We have so many fitness gurus and I don't know what. And you have a lot of these group classes and blah, blah, blah. You go there, you smash yourself and you're injured after a few weeks. you need to do assessment to check what you can do and how much you can do, and to see your level at the beginning. And then after that, we will test again after a few weeks to see what is the improvement. Okay, this is why we are testing, actually, because of these two things, to see your starting point, and later to retest and compare.
So
Also,
you can
yeah.
measure the improvement.
Yes, of course. This is what we want to improve, and then we measure. And also, I have online coaching app for a strength training for a cyclist, where I have assessment. I filmed few exercises for assessment, and I send to my online clients who wants to start, and they always start with this assessment. They need to take a video themselves how they're doing these movements that we will use later, what is their flexibility, what is their mobility, and then after that I can, like I said, design the proper workout. For your question that you ask, what is the difference between more endurance athlete and more explosive athlete? In general, like saying amateur level of the cyclist, there will not be so much difference. Okay?
There is no big
variance. Genetically, we are born, every person is different. Either you are more endurance person, like you said, or you're more explosive, you're more for sprint, you're more for this short burst of power. We cannot change that too much. We can change a little bit. If you're born marathon runner, I cannot make you 100-meter sprinter. Genetically, you are oriented more there. I can change a little bit and you become fast at 10,000 meters, but you never be good at 100, okay? But in the cycling, we want like general strength, general mobility, flexibility to improve for this amateur cyclist. But in professional level, if we have a sprinter or we have somebody for general classification Tour de France, the training will be different. Okay, for the sprinter, we will work more on that maximal strength and maximal power. We will do a lot of heavy lifting, okay, and powerful lifting, like weight lifting, even for sprinters. A lot of jumps, different jumps, and for the general classification rider, it's more about overall.
Let's little bit talk about what is the benefits for preventing injuries as well, because you said like people are going to group classes, do some group rides, or just start riding like fast or too intense for themselves. Unfortunately, they got injured. These injuries may cause ending up with stop riding, stop doing the sport because they got injured and they freaked out. Oh, I ride bicycle, I injured, I don't want to ride anymore. People can prevent injuries by proper strength training and mobility as well.
Of course, yeah, you remind me, this is the one benefit that I forgot at the beginning when I mentioned all the benefits of the strength training, that one of the most important is injury prevention. And how we will do that with strength training. Every person have a lot of imbalances in the body, okay? Usually, we have one stronger side, one weaker side. And everything we do in the life is unilateral movement. Unilateral means one side at a time. And the cycling is unilateral movement of the pedaling, okay? And then what I'm implementing with my cyclists, athletes or professional athletes or beginners, it's a lot of unilateral movements. We are working on that single strength, and on that way you're improving those imbalances in the body, okay? And those imbalances we will also see during the assessment, okay? We see what are the weak points, what are the strong points of the person, and then we add some exercises that will improve the weak points, okay? And then you become more efficient when your overall strength is improved and you become more efficient.
And also you became more balanced.
More balanced, yeah.
Yeah. So for example, in bike fitting worlds, if you are not balanced on right to left or some positions, most of the time it's end up with injuries on the weak side.
Yes.
Because the strength side of your body
is compensating that other side.
Yes, and always push to the other way around, and it causes like extra impact on the weak side, and it end up with injuries. So it's the same thing. So if you're not gonna ride more, you need to balance yourself so you can prevent injuries and also mobility as well.
This is especially very important in ultra endurance cycling these days. Ultra endurance cycling is very, very popular now these days. We have a lot of ultra endurance events, either road cycling, mountain bike, marathon stage races, these gravel bikes now these days. They have a lot of ultra endurance
Crazy distance riding.
distance. And then if you are not working on the strength training to improve your imbalances in your body, to get stronger on those weak points, weak sides, you will feel a lot of pain during those long events.
Sooner or after during the
you will feel a lot of pain. You will be in the struggle. Then when you're in the pain, you cannot push 100%, and this is all efficiency. Like I said at the beginning, it's all about efficiency and making you more efficient rider. And with these ultralateral movements, like single leg step up, single leg split squat, single leg lunge, then we have overhead press, we have some movements for the core, also doing one side and other side, some rotations, anti-rotations. We will improve all these key points in the body, and you will really work as a machine, okay? Like really efficient as a proper machine.
You have a 4-cylinder engine, you should use that 4-cylinder, all of them efficiently.
Not
if
only two.
If one or two of them is not working very well, you cannot put your whole power. Even it's the same, like again I will mention bike fitting. It doesn't matter how strong you are as long as you are comfortable on the bike.
And I'm struggling with some of my athletes, they're like keep changing the position. I went to my bike fitter again. I went again. I was like, man, but you need to give time your body to adapt on that new position. And it's not only but I don't feel power, but I feel pain. Then two things are not good. You don't feel power like before, and then you feel pain. You change something too much. And if you feel good power now, then you need to check how you will feel, let's say, in that position after 2 hours when you're fatigued. If you feel pain, doesn't matter if you're pushing good power, it's still not good. You need to find that balance between you are applying very good power, but you feel pain-free.
The good part, you mentioned the pain. If you start feeling pain, your body start limiting itself to prevent like further bad things. Pain is the thing that says you something wrong.
It's stopping slowing you down.
Stop what are you doing, or reduce the amount what you are doing. So that's why, yes, fatigue is something, feeling tired is something, feeling sometimes a little bit strain if you do a long ride is something, but pain or
constant pain in some body part, that's
it's a signal that you are doing something wrong.
Like from your standpoint, from the bike fitting, it's very important that flexibility and mobility. Let's say triathletes. Triathlon community here in Dubai is huge, and I have a really good group of athletes coming for my strength group training for cyclists and triathletes, and they're having very, very good results. It's very important your flexibility and mobility, because it's even worse that position on time trial bike, and especially if you're doing half Ironman, and depends of the course, you will be in that time trial position, which is very hard for that mid-back position and the shoulder position, what we talked about at the beginning. You need to stay in that position for 2+ hours. And then if you are preparing for a full Ironman, on the race day when you will go fast, you will be 5 hours or more on that position, and like you said, you need to run after. And then if you're stuck here, that will impact your running efficiency. Then we are coming to totally different now story.
Different level.
You are very tight, you're not flexible, mobile, and you get even more tight and stuck during that long cycling on the time trial position, and then you need to run, and that will affect your run, and then running efficiency will be bad.
It's like a domino
No,
effect.
everything is connected,
Exactly.
That's why people need to understand more, they need to, let's say, find the time and implement more proper strength training for these sports, cycling, triathlon, running as well.
So you said that you are doing it as an online training, as an online coaching as well. You are Dubai based, but I have audience from some other parts of the world. So if they are not able to reach out to you, what kind of exercises they can do, or how they can reach out some sources?
They can reach out to me. I'm like worldwide coach now with this online app that I have. A little bit commercial about me, but you will get video of each exercise you need to do. And I'm on that video doing few reps of each exercise. You see how to perform it. It's not just a list of exercises what you will get. You will get the video of each exercise. I'm on the video, and you see what is the proper movement, how you should do that. But they can find me. I'm fit and fast training, fit_fast_ training. Soon I will push my YouTube more to help people. If you want to be your own coach, what I see. What I saw in the past, the people, there is a lot of videos now on YouTube, on Google. I always saying, if I was starting this time, I would be much better athlete, because there is so many more informations than we had 20 years ago. I had only that one book. There was no YouTube, and
imagine how hard it could be to find the book as well.
Yeah, but also you have so many wrong ideas of workout. And recently I found one of the popular cyclist YouTubers. He was explaining strength training, and he put the list of exercises you should do during your workout. And then I don't know, I'm just putting several random, but he probably put something else. But like, let's say, step up, leg curl, leg extension, squat, deadlift, leg press, and I was like, that is like 10 exercises for the legs. You're not a bodybuilder, you are athlete, you're cyclist. Athletes are training differently than bodybuilders.
He just threw the list of trainings.
Before strength training was all about bodybuilding. Now we know much more. And your training should look like full body training every time. There is no split workout like in bodybuilding. You're not doing one muscle group per training. If you're doing 2 times per week, both days is full body. You start with a warm-up with some mobility drills that I said at the beginning. It's very important to prepare.
So we are talking about a little bit more balancing of your training.
Yes. Preparing your body for the movements and what you will do. Then you do some stability work, like single leg drills, where you will improve those imbalances, in your body. You want to organize your workout as a small groups. What I like to do with my clients and athletes, let's say each group consists of one leg exercise, one upper body exercise, and one core. And we want to do per workout 2 leg exercises only. No need for more. Or you will become so fatigued that you will not perform your cycling training after that,
or you will not
efficiently.
Get
some important exercises for the upper body, push, pull. Those are the movements very important to improve that mid back, with some rowing, pulling on the cables, to improve that posture that we said it's really bad on the cyclist. And a lot of core movements. We need to strengthen our glutes. They are weak from a lot of sitting. And we need to improve overall core strength and power, because all the power that you're applying on the pedals, it's not coming only from the legs, coming from strong core. And when you are really strong on the bike, in the upper body, you can apply much more power.
Our core structure and the saddle on the bike is the fulcrum point of the power.
Yeah, it's connecting your lower body, upper body. Yes, and if that is weak, then you have a lot of imbalances in your body.
If you don't have well-structured core muscles, when you push the pedal, your body will start moving up because your core can stay stable. When you push down, instead of putting the pedal down, your body will start moving up. You will start like jumping on the bike and many things.
And this is like full sequence of the workout, like I explained now. Mobility, some preparation with stability, single leg exercise, a lot of also unilateral movements for the core, and then you do let's say 2 to 3 groups, how I explained. One exercise for upper body. I like to do for the legs, one exercise is always single leg movement, and one exercise is like both legs at the same time, like a squat, trap bar, deadlift, leg press if you're a beginner, something like that. And from the single leg movements, that this is step up on the box. You work only one side first and then opposite side, few reps. This is split squat, and there is plenty more.
I have one more question about balancing it. You said that, for example, it should be a full body training each time, and you shouldn't do more than 2 leg training. Or if we do 2 times per week, we should change the next, for example, the second day of the training, we should do two other leg training, right? So we should mix the training. If we do leg press and squat one day, we should do 2 other leg training on the other days, right?
Sometimes I don't change. I change, one day is heavier, one day is less heavy if I keep the same exercise, but depends of the client. If the client needs to improve more things, then that day 1 is different exercise, day 2 is different exercise, and then we can work on all those imbalances and the weak points. Because if one day I do split squat, which is working front side of the leg, this is single leg exercise, and I do trap bar deadlift, this is the bar where you go inside and you hold like in neutral grip, if people don't know. This one is more like a hip hinge movement. It will also engage your little bit lower back muscles and back side of the leg. Then next training, I will do something that will focus on little bit different movement of the leg. We can do for the back side of the leg curl machine, because we are very strong in the front side of the legs. We are super strong in our quads, and our back side of the leg is super weak, and we need to balance that. You need both, because while you're pedaling, you have pushing phase and you have pulling phase. Most of the people don't understand that you actually pull. When you pull, then your backside, your hamstrings are working. And then on the other day of the workout, I will do some leg curl for the backside and some different. If we did the trap bar first day for the bilateral movement, like both legs at the same time, next time we will do normal squat or leg press.
Again, the planning the training itself is so personalized.
Yes, it's very personalized.
What rider wants, what rider needs, and what is good for him.
Yeah, it's really, if you do it like really on the proper way, it's really personalized. You can really go deep into, but this is why this assessment at the beginning is important, to find like I said, your current fitness level, okay, to find your weak points and your strength point, and then.
Thank you, Bojan, for today. We talk about importance of mobility and strength training. Thank you for coming again.
Thank you for calling me, and it was my pleasure, and I really want to help more cyclists become more efficient and stronger and faster, of course. And like we mentioned, you can send me email that we will put down in description, or you can drop a message on Instagram, and hopefully the people will understand better now why the strength training is important for the cycling, and not only cycling.
Don't just focus on your cycling. You should do strength and mobility to improve your efficiency and improve your endurance capacity. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening us today, and see you at the next episode. Stay safe and keep pedaling.